Hey, girls, just going to take a look at some things from the Celtic match. Certainly dominated possession for most of the match and really had some good opportunities to score. But I think we want to certainly address some of the issues that we're having in terms of our tempo and build up. And, really it's just taking a look at these clips and looking at ways to improve the tempo and seeing the open space and figuring out, when and why we're going to play the ball into our teammates. And again, yes, the tempo starts with center backs, but it's also center backs and goalkeepers, but it's also through midfield, the movement in midfield, the movement from our forwards. It helps determine, or helps everybody make decisions on when and why we're going to play the ball. So I thought the second half our tempo got a lot better. But as we're looking to play the ball through, the key thing you just want to make sure you're paying attention to is how high their line is, what the density that they have in the middle of the field, and where's the open space. So yes, while you're playing, it's difficult to see this, but recognizing that the open space is here. So Kylie, rather than being this close, can you get even further away so that these opponents here have a lot more to run? And the reason why it's okay to do that is because you guys are just dealing with this one defender right here. You're basically 4v1 if you count Lexi in this scenario. So it's okay for you to be out here, for you to be out here, and Lex just to be a little bit closer as well. Once we get this ball, the whole point here is to now figure out how we can unbalance them. Okay, so with Sarah coming back here, and Sarah, hope you're doing okay. But with Sarah coming back here, the objective for her now is to turn if she receives the ball and to figure out ways to play in behind their back line. So now we're always looking to unbalance the back line. So if we can play her this ball here quickly, and now she can turn. Now we have players that can run in behind, and I mean it's really just a simple pass into the opposite side of Alex there, and we're on a breakaway. Can Carly start this run here, and can we put the ball right in front of her, right away instead of see how she had to slow down a little bit. If Carly picks up speed and the ball is played to her in that area, now again Carly's just passing the ball on the ground for all of our forwards to run in and finish it. So again, it's not bad soccer by any stretch, but once this happens here, when Carly gets the ball, for me, I think Alex just taking this player away, even if you run offside, if she comes with you, now Carly can just play the ball into that area there. Um, Definitely different options and ways to do it, but again, as we look at this here, can we have a little bit more open space between Kylie and Soph, and not be too close to each other because this is easy for them to defend, right? If you look at this right here, this is easy for them to defend, and unless we're able to get the ball into the middle of the field right here, which is ill-advised because they have 5 players there, now it forces us to play a ball over the top, and that's not a problem either, but it's everybody being on the same page, and then the delivery of the ball as well becomes very important. That long one there, now it's we got to recognize like the ball, one punt is now bypassing 5 or 6 of our players, and if they're able to get on it, that becomes problem. So making sure we have our numbers back is also very important. Okay, so now you can see this again, as I was saying to Alex before, as a forward, you want to make this run here and stretch them out a little bit if Carly's not going to dribble. Okay, so here's another situation. We've seen you guys do this a million times, but now it's maybe an up, back to Sarah, and then through into to Ella or Ava running inside. Doesn't happen. So now remember, the whole point is how do we unbalance this back line right here without always necessarily flighting the ball. We've got them where we want them. We've just got to increase the tempo here, look to play in, there and through, which of course we all want to do, but it's just not happening fast enough here. Can this ball, get in to out to through there? and without having to take too much time to do it. And you can see Ava tries to do it, but again, where's the density of the Celtic team? Where are all their players? So as high level players, we should be thinking, how do we get out of this area right here? And what's our shape look like if we're able to get the ball right back through the middle, and can we stretch them out a little bit? And this is what we should be doing right now, and that's not a bad effort at all. It's just the delivery gives them time to shift, if that makes sense. By playing the ball in the air instead of doing it quickly on the ground, it gives them time to shift over. Decent here. So could Sarah potentially pick up speed and run in behind here? Could Sarah come underneath and then chip the ball? Those are different options we want to look at to make sure that they're having to defend us. And she gets by her, and rather than doing it 1v3 there for her, can we combine and get through that back line? Because it's certainly something we can do. We're just playing right into how they want us to play. Because again, look at their lines. Good balling. Can we now switch the point of attack quick? Can we switch it quick? And now, if that's done quickly, look at the space that I think that's Elise and Ava can now attack this space here if it's done quickly. And we're playing the ball, and Soph takes a positive touch into that area right there. You can see how much space she's going to be able to run in. If Ava keeps this one here, now we can get through pretty easily. So because it's not done fast, look at how Black is able to get over, and now look at the density that they have on the same side again. So again, that's what we're talking about when we're talking about tempo, and certainly that's not a bad effort, but it's a little more hopeful than us really creating these opportunities. So right here, Soph, can you get a little wider? Kylie, can you get a little wider? And you see Carly right there at the bottom of the screen, then she can get a little higher as well and force them to drop back and defend us. Because you can see that the Celtic team, they're not really running hard, they're just jogging. And then we end up trying to play through their density, and that's something that creates a little bit of a problem for us and also makes us have to defend and do 30-yard sprints back, which we don't want to do because of our expansive shape. If we don't create a fast tempo, then it becomes even more problematic for us. It's not on. Kylie, can you get over here? If Lizzie's going to get on the ball there and create a little bit more space for us. If we're going to play into the midfield here, maybe this is Alex getting open right about there, and we play on the ground. Instead, we end up forcing it a little bit and creates a turnover situation. Now, the key here is, again, because we're looking at this is 6-7 clips of the same thing, and we will play against better opponents that are more organized defensively and have opportunities, thinking back to Oakwood, who can transition to attack real fast. So it's important for us to make sure they're the ones working very hard. And now we have Ava coming back to get the ball. Can we play this ball in quickly here and turn her and allow her to take space? Again, where are they most dense? Better. But do we have a run going in behind here? That's the next phase of it, because we're just dribbling towards all their defenders. I mean, a couple more, and then we have some good examples of in the second half in the first 5 minutes where the tempo was really good. So in this case, Bella, you want to be nice and high up the field. Decent here, decent spot for Maya here. But now can we recognize that the pressure here, and this is a technical issue, but that first touch coming this way away from the opponent might work as well and be able to turn them a little bit more. And that's actually not a bad thing. So here's some good examples of the tempo and unbalancing them a little bit faster. the passes are quick, the ball is in, touch, play, and now we're getting in behind. Here maybe Alex, I think, can get on the ball, but you know, either way, because it's a great opportunity for us. Sarah makes a great run inside to the six. So again, you can see how organized and how dense they are. But for us, just one little ball clipped it out to our outside back, and now we're through. Maybe clean that up a little bit, but the idea is right. A quick little combination here, and now we can play through in behind. So again, remember the point is to get in behind their back line and get runners in the box. And then, just the delivery there has to be a little bit cleaner. So again, I know it's a bunch of clips about similar things, but when we see a pattern like that, we Christian and we want to make sure that we at least take a look at it and address it and worked on it in training as well. So looking forward to seeing you guys play this weekend. Get in touch with any